Do not think that Maya or demons or ghosts don't have charming power. They do have. Of course. In Vietnam we say, Phật cao một thước, ma cao một trượng. Let me explain. Phật cao một thước, ma cao một trượng, meaning Maya is even taller than the Buddhas. Not because they have more power, but because they don't have love. They have a lot of power, and they give it to their subordinates also. That's why they continue to bring havoc into our lives, into our world. I get so upset about this. That are vulnerables fall prey to such low-life evils, thus suffer to no end, now and beyond. The reason why Maya seems to be higher is because they have no love, no compassion. They do anything. They use any utter wicked tricks. They do any cruel things just to win, just to oppress people and any beings in this world so that they can gain dominance over this planet. They want to rule, but with wicked force, with brutality, with encroachment, if that is a word, and with cruel iron whips, cuffs, pillory, and chains. If you don't do what they tell you, what they want you to do, no matter how much it's against your will and against your basic principle, against your knowledge of good and bad, if you don't do what they ask you, they will punish you severely, beyond utter sadistic cruelty. And that's why, if we do bad deeds in this world, they will also use that excuse to clutch you, to control you, to ensnare you. And if they cannot, then they bring you to hell. These are the ones who punish you in hell. Not God, not God, not heavens, no one else. People like Trần Tâm, or he calls himself Rumaji, are enslaved by Maya. Anyone can be enslaved by Maya if you have such an ego, wanting to be famous, wanting to get things without properly earning it. Just like when he stole my teachings, my method, even my clothing style, my playing with parrot style, and even this hypocritical charity with stolen or coerced robbery money. He stole my jewelry design business behind my back. I was too innocent to think
Mosa sẽ trả tiền mặt cho họ. Và từ tháng 7 năm 2022 đến nay, con đã giới thiệu và nhận đơn từ quốc gia Mỹ, Úc, Âu Lạc hay Việt Nam và Pháp. Trong thời gian con order nữ trang và mang đi theo bảng giá của họ đưa ra và sử dụng từ đó bảng giá mà những người này cung cấp. Họ thao túng con để con không thể nhận ra rằng sự suy xét của mình đã bị che mờ. Và vì thế con đã tin rằng họ chỉ làm việc trực tiếp với sư phụ. Con xin quỳ lại sư phụ, xin sư phụ cứu con, cứu rỗi linh hồn con biết tội của con. Cảm tạ ân điển sư phụ, tạ ơn ân điển thiêng liêng của sư phụ. Kính thưa, ngày 24 tháng 10 năm 2024, Âu Lạc hay Việt Nam.
En France, la sœur holacienne vietnamienne est venue dans le restaurant vegan d'un disciple pour nous présenter les bijoux prétendument conçus par
evil money to go out and do charity or to force people to open restaurants and work for him.
The following information is provided from Trần Tâm victims about how Trần Tâm makes money. Soliciting charitable donations, Trần Tâm calls for donations from his followers in Âu Lạc or Vietnam, claiming they are for charitable purposes. Selling Trần Tâm statues. Statues of Trần Tâm are made in Âu Lạc or Vietnam at a cost of around 100,000 VND or around $4. but are sold by him for tens of millions to over 100 million VND, or around $3,939. Earnings from vegetarian restaurants. Several restaurants serve as income sources for Trần Tâm. The profits are sent to him. Also, these venues occasionally host initiation ceremonies for a small group of people. Fees for ordination. Anyone wishing to ordain must pay a fee. They are required to attend 7 retreats with him within a year to qualify. Upon registering for ordination, they must pay 7 million VND, or around $276. When Trần Tâm personally cooks food and sells it, prices increase dramatically, from tens of thousands or 100,000 VND to several million VND per dish. Additionally, one abused victim shared that Trần Tâm lives a very extravagant lifestyle. For example, Trần Tâm provides Lexus cars for his ordained followers, while he himself drives a Hummer. His clothing is all designer, and he buys expensive watches without even checking the price. He owns a collection of luxury watches stored in a dedicated wardrobe.
And then, he's using that stolen money. Maybe not just for me, from all other followers, that they have to even sell their houses to offer money to him. Using all these stolen goods, stolen money and robbery of people's sweat and tears earned property, and went out to be buddy-buddy with the government officials, the mayors of cities, and some government officials in Vietnam also. I read that on the internet, that they was praised, and welcomed with the grandeur and with red carpet. Yes. I wonder why the government doesn't search into his private life and believe some victims who came to them for protection and justice, but it seems like it did not work. I guess these victims came to the wrong door, to some of the authorities' door who did not care much about that. Or to those who have been manipulated by certain force through Trần Tâm. These don't always happen in Vietnam or Thailand only, but it happened in other countries as well, wherever he sets foot. And because he went to many countries, causing havoc and causing warlike energies everywhere. That's why Vietnam, especially Vietnam, because he has been there the longest, that's why Vietnam recently has a lot of disasters. I don't have secular power. I don't have any guardians. I don't have even bodyguards. I don't have gun. I don't have anything. For that matter, the law is in the government's hands. I can only help in some way, but the physical world has to be dealt with by physical means, by physical power, like secular power, governmental power, police power, security powers. You see? Yes. For example, His Excellency President Trump was shot, and the invisible power could somehow kind of push the bullet past his head so that it just, hurts his ear. Just a few millimeters, he would have died. You see the difference? That is, the invisible power can do that. Or like in the war in Ukraine, many of the rockets of the Russians just went into nothingness and disappeared. But, it cannot always be avoided completely unless humans do it. Humans have to be awakened and create the better energy. So it's easier even for the invisible divine power to help more efficiently. Because the karma of the world also has tremendous power. And the two, good and bad forces, are struggling for victory. And that's why, so the negative powers, the Maya power, try their best, of course, to go against the Buddha's power or heavenly powers. You call it God's power or divine powers, you see? So it's not easy for God or divine power to always win. So now you understand. So we, the human race here, have to change. Excuse me. It's kind of colder in my wilderness area. I got a little kind of voice reducing beautifulness. I hope you can hear well, because at the moment I have my ears are a little blocked. I can't judge my voice very correctly, but I think you can hear me. I just hope that my voice is clear enough for you. Not as beautiful as I like it to be, but it's mellow enough, I hope.